A lot of people say that this generation has been destroyed by the internet, and after watching the video that we're going to be watching today, I have to absolutely agree, because it is miserable. It is excruciating. It's like being tortured. This is what happens when someone is brought up watching Andrew Tate their entire life. Like from the age of 2, their mums enroll them in Hustler preschool all the way up to Hustler University. The ground zero of this upcoming cringe takes place in a school classroom. The ground zero of many, many a cringe experiences. And it makes you really feel sorry for teachers out there, because they have it so hard, and then they're getting hit with kids like this.
This punishment stuff is going to stop.
You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna do and not do?
I am now the alpha.
Felonious group has had enough. He's sick of this punishment, staying behind 5 minutes because someone threw a bit of paper at the whiteboard. He uses his full body language to go, enough! And he pretty much, I imagine, cuts the table in half just from the air pressure of his slice there, because we got to admit, that was extremely clean. But anyway, he stakes his claim on the classroom. He tells the teacher the magic words that get anyone full control of a classroom. I'm the alpha. I'm the alpha male. I bet he like exposes one of his fanged teeth here, and his eyes glow red for a second, really hinting at his true power. Now you'd think that at this point the teacher would start quivering in fear, like shoving the books over to him and being like, yeah, please take my classroom, alpha. Please have everything. You take it all. Why don't I polish your shoes while I'm at it? I'll get cleaning them, blah, blah, blah. But no, surprisingly, this teacher is somehow able to withstand the power of the alpha's word. And we're gonna see, it just gets messy.
Bro. Not how this works. I am the teacher.
The alpha takes priority over the teacher. Okay. The alpha takes priority over everything. Do you not know how that works?
The teacher is telling the alpha to sit in his seat right now.
Ooh, a devastating blow to the alpha there. The teacher's stoicness, just standing there like a rock unmoving, really got to the alpha for a second there, because you could see him quivering. He was like, I am the alpha, and he even pulls out a second form of the chop attack, the intimidation maneuver. He pulls it out again, cutting the table in half once again, but it's not working on the teacher. In fact, the teacher pulls the Uno reverse card out, and he's like, I am the teacher, and you will go sit down there, buddy. But no, the alpha doesn't relent. This is like a battle of two great titans. This is like Saitama versus Cosmic Garo. It's the clash of the century. I'm surprised the school hasn't been destroyed yet. I also like how he pulls the maneuver like the alpha takes priority over the teacher. The alpha takes priority over anything. I can imagine him just walking up into the White House, and the security guards bow and they scoot aside as the alpha approaches, and he waltzes straight up into Joe Biden's Oval Office, and he's like, all right, President, the alpha is here, cutting holes and lines in the Oval Office table. I forgot what it's called, but I'm pretty sure it's got its own name. But he's like, Joe Biden, I'm taking control of the country now. I am the alpha, and the alpha is above everyone else, Mr. Biden. And you know what? I'd give it to him, because the alpha would be able to make any other country listen to him, because he's the alpha. He's above everything else. It just goes straight up to Kim Jong-un. I am the alpha. Ugh. Cuts all his nuclear bombs in half. Listen to me. And he's like, yes. But anyway, let's get back on track. The alpha has been put on the defensive now. The teacher isn't flinching. He knows his special moves, and the teacher's prepared countermeasures.
And the alpha doesn't have to listen to orders from its load.
Well, you don't have to listen, but the consequences that follow are going to still apply to the alpha.
The alpha doesn't take punishment.
Let's see how well that works out for you, okay?
So this is the final clip of the video that we see, and from the looks of it, it looks like the alpha did get those consequences, because whatever those consequences were so brutal that it couldn't be shown on camera. I don't know where the alpha is right now. I don't know if he even has all of his limbs attached anymore once the teacher was done with him, but man, you could see right towards the end, he really started to get worried about what the teacher's consequences were, because he starts to freeze up, and he really thinks about his words. Like, I am the alpha, doesn't listen to what the teacher wants. He doesn't even do his famous chopping motion. He's done with that. The teacher's finally wearing down the alpha's defenses. Felonious Gru is an example here of that one kid that everyone has at their school that goes a bit too far to add that extra spice of cringe to your life. Like, I read a news article about some school in America where the kids, they were big furries, right? And they decided, well, no, we're not gonna do our dumps and pees in the toilets where humans go. Pah, we are animals. We do it in nature. And so they decided to do it in the bathroom sink, which not even my dog does. So I don't know what the logic behind that one was, but boy, yeah, it's just as bad. And I blame a lot of the online communities that a lot of these kids that are very susceptible to it, specifically ones that are socially awkward, that they get into these things and then that becomes their way of life. They start watching Andrew Tate. They go to Hustler University. Then they start being like, okay, well, the best way to get a girl is to really hit her with the alpha moves. Like, go up to her and be like, arr, arr, arr. It's just awful, and it just leads to them being laughed at even more and then further cementing the mindset. I actually think that's how a lot of like white supremacists and a lot of really bad groups end up getting more members, is through spirals like that. And it's really, really sad that that happens. But we're gonna pivot over to the teacher's perspective for a bit, because this is also really tough for the teachers. Like, imagine having to handle a class of 30 kids and you've got some that are flinging their dung everywhere, which actually happened at my school. One of them just decided to go all monkey style and start pew 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 rapid fire like Bloons Tower Defense with the rapid speed upgrade. And then they have this guy coming up and being like, I am the alpha. I shall now show you my third form cringe breathing. Wacky cringe mode. It's so hard. I've known teachers that have quit their jobs and been in tears in the classroom because the kids have just been so mean and disrespectful. Not saying this is necessarily mean, because this is the kid being extremely cringe. Like, if I were a teacher there, I'd just laugh at him and I'd pretty much do the same thing. Well, the teacher commands you to sit down, Sir James Esquire. But there's so many ways that this could be much worse. And what can teachers do in that situation? They can't exactly whip out a freaking katana and be like, I am the alpha, and, you know, cut off one of his fingers as punishment. They can't even so much as touch the person. And all they can do is be like, go to the principal's office. And if the person's like, no, well, you're like, oh, well, guess I'll just die. Guess I just won't teach. We go get the principal, and then the principal has to be like, oh, well, guess I'll just die. Guess I won't just teach. It's tough. And I don't know a solution to that problem. It's just really bad. But what do you think? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!